Hello friends, welcome to learning sessions and good morning to all of you. And so do confirm the audio quality at the earliest so that we can proceed. And if you have not subscribed to the channel so far, do subscribe the channel also. I'm sharing the link with you if you want to get the PDF of this session anytime. You just need to join our WhatsApp channel. And for that case, you need to WhatsApp me writing JAIIB to the number 83609 44207. Here I have mentioned the details. Also in the chat box and otherwise. So audio video quality is working all fine. So let's start the session now. Now that leads us to the concept related to the errors. Concept related to the errors. Now we are having the different types of errors. Like we are having the clerical error, we are having the principal error. Now when we are talking about the error of principle, when we are talking about the error of principle, what does this indicate? Principal error. Now when you're not observing the accounting principles correctly, when you're not basically recognizing the basic principles of the accounting, right, that would be what, that would be the error of principle, that you're not following the principles, right? That is a error of principle. But error of principle, just tell me from the basic point, would the error of principle be leading you to the balance disagreement? That would that be leading you to the balance agreement, yes or no? Kindly do answer me at the earliest. So if you're not following the accounting principles, would it be the case that you'll be facing the disagreement in the trial balance? No. Why no? Let's say case, let me just give an example. Let's say case that wages were paid to the workers for the installation of the machinery, right? For the installation of the machinery, you paid some wages. You paid some wages, let's say amounting rupees 9,000. You paid for the wages for the installation of the machinery, right? Now you basically recorded it as expense. You recorded it as an expense. You basically debited the balance from the wages account, right? Because you are having the wages account and you think like it's an expense and you recorded it under the wages account. Now, while you recorded them under the wages account, you will be debiting the account. You will be debiting the account because you say that it's a nominal account. All the expense accounts are the nominal accounts and it is to be debited, right? It is to be debited. Simple as that. But that's not the case. Why? Because the accounting principles say that whatsoever the amount which has been incurred related to the installation of the machinery, and machine is a fixed asset. Machine was a fixed asset, and the amount that you have incurred in the cost of that, that will go to the cost of the machinery itself. That is to be recorded in the machines account or in your asset account over there, right? So that is the case, but that won't be leading you toward the disagreement. Why? Because you debited the balance of rupees 9,000 either in the wages account or in the machines account, right? That is not going to matter to you because until in the last you'll be having the same totals. So when we are talking about the principal errors, when we are talking about the principal errors, kindly pay attention to what it is not going to affect the agreement of trial balance. It is not going to affect the agreement of the trial balance. Is that clear so far? Kindly confirm yes or no. Are you clear with this thing? Now, one we have learned about the principal errors. The other one it's related to the clerical errors. And clerical errors are further of three types. We are having the error of omission, that you have completely omitted the entry, that we were to record something but we forgot to record something. It could be related to partial disagreement or partial omission. Now the partial omission could be related to what? That partially you have not recorded the transaction. One leg was recorded but the other leg has not been recorded by you. That is a partial omission. No, definitely the omission can be of multiple types. Now, like it was related to complete omission. Now, if you have completely omitted the entry, would it be leading to the disagreement of the trial balance? Tell me. If the balance is not mentioned on the debit side and not even on the credit side, it is not going to lead anywhere. Like it's not going to make any difference in the trial balance because you have not recorded the particular transaction itself. In case of complete omission, also there will be no issue. Also, there are no issue. So we can say the error of omission is of two types. partial omission or complete omission. Now, if there is partial omission, then definitely it is going to, you know, have an effect on the disagreement of the trial balance. It's going to have an effect because let's say you have recorded on the debit side but not the credit leg. Definitely it's going to impact the trial balance, or the either way. Let's say you have recorded the credit balance but not the debit balance, it's going to affect the trial balance. But if you have completely let go the entry, if you have completely omitted the entry, then it's not going to impact the trial balance. Further, the second one, it's related to error of commission. Error of commission. Error of commission is related to what? That you have posted the correct amount, but you have posted it on the wrong side. You want to debit the account, but you have posted it on the credit side, right? It could be the case that you have posted the wrong amount. You want to mention rupees 3,000, but you mentioned rupees 30,000. It could be related to wrong amount on wrong side also, that you were to debit rupees 30,000, but you credited the amount 3,000, right? And it could be a totaling error also in the subsidiary book. It could be a totaling error also. It could be the mistake in the balancing of the account also. So any of the errors, those were done during the recording of the transaction. Wrong amount mentioned, wrong side debited or credited, wrong amount debited or credited wrongly, or the posting is done wrongly, or balancing is done wrongly, all are covered under the errors of commission. All are covered under the errors of the commission, right? And further, it could also be the case related to compensating errors. Compensating errors, that one thing led to that we will be having a difference of rupees 3,000 debit. One thing led to that we'll be having the difference of 3,000 debit, and the other error led to that you're having 3,000 plus. So one thing caused that we are having 3,000 lesser, and the other error caused that we are having 3,000 more. In that scenario, one error compensated the other error, and we won't be able to identify in our trial balance. We'll be seeing everything is good because the balances of trial balance are matching. They are agreeing with each other, but in depth, what will be there? In depth, the thing will be there that we are not able to match the things particularly because one error has compensated with the other error, and that particular example we'll be discussing very shortly. Right now, let's move ahead. First of all, it's the error of omission. Like I told you, this is a clerical error. Three types of clerical errors are there. Now we are reading about the clerical errors first of all. So error of omission is what? It is related to that when you have omitted the entry, you were to record something but you forgot to do the same, or you just recorded one side only and not the other side. Let's take the example. Goods are purchased. Goods are purchased on credit from Mr. A. Now, what will be the journal entry for this? What will be the journal entry for this? That goods are purchased on credit from Mr. A. Now, two accounts will be involved. Purchases account and Mr. A account, A's account. These two accounts are involved. Now, purchases account is which type of account? Kindly do answer. Kindly do answer. Purchases account is which type of account? It is nominal account. Purchases is an income or expense? It is an expense. So it should be debited. It should be debited, right? And we have purchased the goods on credit from Mr. A. So what is a golden rule for personal account? A's account is personal account, na? A's account is personal account. So this account is to be debited or credited? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. That was the rule. Now, who has given us the goods? Person A has given us the goods, right? So person A is the giver, right? Person A is the giver. So A's account is to be credited. It is to be credited. Okay. Let's say guys, we purchase the goods amounting rupees 20,000. So 20,000 would be debited into purchase account and 20,000 is to be credited on the A's account. Now, if we forgot to record this transaction, if we forgot to record this transaction, is it going to impact the trial balance? Answer is no. It's not going to impact the trial balance then. Then it won't be causing any of the issues to the trial balance because we have not recorded the debit side, we have not recorded the credit side. Is that clear? So if we have not recorded, if we record the above transaction, then the purchases account is to be debited and the A's account is to be credited. If total total entry is not recorded, then no issues. But let's say case that we recorded into the A's account, but we forgot to post the entry into the purchases account. We have not recorded into the debit account. Which side will be more in case of trial balance? Now in this scenario, if trial balance is prepared, which side will be more? Debit side will be more or the credit side will be more? I'm giving you the scenario that if this particular purchases entry is omitted, if this leg is omitted, only this particular leg, debit leg I'm talking about, then definitely the credit side will be more than by the debit side by 20,000 rupees. Credit side will be more by the debit side by 20,000 rupees, right? Now, it's about the error of commission. I already told you there could be different things. It could be related to posting a wrong amount on the wrong side, on the correct side, wrong amount on the correct side, or correct amount on the wrong side, or posting wrong amount on the wrong side, or there could be totaling error, or it could be related to mistake committed in balancing of the ledger account. Mistake related to the balancing of the ledger account, right? It could be anything. Now, let's have a look at this question. It says, goods sold to Mr. A for rupees 5,000 recorded on the credit side. You sold the goods to Mr. A. Right? What will be the journal entry? Goods account, sales account. Goods sold means sales account. Sales account is what? It is the nominal account. And nominal account golden rule says what? Debit all the losses and expenses, credit all the incomes and gains. So it is income. Selling is an income. Selling is an income. So sales account is to be credited. Sales account is to be credited. And A's account is what? A's account is personal account. Personal account golden rule says debit the receiver and credit the giver. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. So A is receiving the goods. So A's account is to be debited. It is to be debited. This would be the correct entry. That sale account will be credited with rupees 5,000 and A's account will be debited with rupees 5,000. But now we have done what? Goods sold to Mr. A. Rupees 5,000 recorded on the credit side. Rupees 5,000 credited on the credit side. So you were to put the debit entry into A's account, but we did put the credit entry. So the entry was done like that the sales account was debited and A's account was done what? It was credited. This was a wrong entry which was posted. Wrong entry posted this way. Is this clear? Now, how you can rectify this particular entry? How you're going to rectify this entry? First of all, we have to reverse this entry. Reverse this entry means what? That we have to post on the wrong side. So first part would be related to what? That will be, now when we are going to rectify this entry, I'm telling you at the same time only, we have to do what? We have to reverse the entry. It will be thinking in that way. right? So we'll be doing what? Sales account is to be credited. So let's say it was 5,000 debited and 5,000 credited. So the first correct entry would be related to, first part would be related to sales entry is to be credited with 5,000, and A's account is to be credited with 5,000. That is, sorry, A's account is to be debited with 5,000. That is the first part. The second would be related to posting the correct entry. That would be related to that the sales account is to be credited with 5,000 and A's account is to be debited with 5,000, right? So we combinedly do tell ki we are to rectify this entry. What will be doing? What will be saying that the sales account is to be credited with rupees 10,000 and A's account is to be debited with 10,000. So single entry is to be passed, is to be posted. Single entry is to be posted, right? Is that clear? Now, let's move further. It says a credit sales of goods to Mr. A for rupees 3,000 recorded correctly in the sales journal. A credit sales of goods to Mr. A. Now, what will be the nominal entry? Credit sales means sales account is involved and A's account is involved. Sales is nominal account and it's an income. So it is to be recorded with credit rupees 3,000, right? And A's account is to be recorded as what? It is basically debit the receiver, credit the giver. A is receiving the goods. So A's account is to be debited. It is to be debited for rupees 3,000, right? It's a personal account we have just read. Now this was the actual entry which was to be passed, right? But we did what? A credit sale of goods account of goods to Mr. A for rupees 3,000 recorded correctly in the sales journal. In the sales journal we have recorded correctly, right? But while posting to A's account, it is posted as rupees 300. Means we have undercasted the balance. We have undercasted the balance by amount of rupees 2,700, because instead of posting rupees 3,000, you posted just rupees 300. Means the account is undercasted by rupees 2,700. Is that clear? Kindly confirm. Are you clear with this particular part so far? So this is also error of commission, because we have posted the wrong amount to the correct account. Wrong amount to the correct account, right? So this is basically undercasting. And further, now our debit side is short. Why? Because we were to post rupees 3,000 here, we posted just rupees 300. So our debit side is short by rupees 2,700. Debit side is short by rupees 2,700. So the debtor is understated in this scenario, right? And what will be the rectifying entry? What will be the rectifying entry over here? Journal entry. Like if we have already opened the suspense account, because whenever we are to solve, when we have prepared the trial balance now and the trial balance is not agreeing, what we do, we post the entry into the suspense account. We just post a temporary entry into the suspense account, and then after that we can fix the suspense account over there, right? So that's the scenario. So we are to basically post an entry of rupees 2,700 to the A's account. We will be just simply be correcting the A's entry. We won't be posting a new entry. We'll simply be correcting this particular entry from rupees 300 to 3,000 rupees. That's it. From rupees 300 to 3,000 rupees we'll be doing. That's a single leg correction. Or we'll be just posting rupees 2,700 and 2,700 rupees entry toward A's account separately. That's it. That is the correction which is to be made over here. After that, the another one, it's related to an amount received from a customer Ramesh, rupees 2,000, recorded correctly in the cash book, but posted to the debit side of the Ramesh account in the ledger. Now, if you have received an amount of rupees 2000 rupees from Mr. Ramesh as cash, which two accounts were involved? Ramesh account and the cash account. Which two accounts must have been involved? Ramesh account and cash account. Ramesh account is personal account and cash account is the real account. Now, Ramesh has paid the cash. So Ramesh is the giver, right? So debit the receiver, credit the giver. So credit and debit what comes in. For real account, the rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So cash account is to be debited. This was to be the correct entry. So the point is that we have received the cash from Ramesh, right? So it was to be posted credit rupees 2000 to Ramesh account and debit rupees 2000 to cash account. But what was done? We have recorded it correctly. We have recorded it correctly in the cash book, but posted to the debit side. Posted to the debit side of the Ramesh account. Now what we have done, that let's say case the balance of the Ramesh was to be credited, but we have done the wrong entry. Now we'll be doing what? We'll be posting an entry amounting rupees 4000 to the Ramesh account. So as to correct it, because we have posted, we have basically debited, right? Now first of all, let's say case what entry we have made. We made the entry like cash account debited 2000 and Ramesh account to Ramesh account credited. This account was also debited. Ramesh account was also debited 2000. This is what we have done. Now first of all, we are to post the entry so as to rectify the effect of this, so as to nullify the effect of this. That is 2000 entries to be passed so as to nullify the effect, and another 2000 entry is to pass so as to make this entry appropriate, right? So in total we are to post rupees 4000 credit so as to rectify this entry. Is that clear? Or you can simply be understanding that when we credited the balance, when we basically debited the balance again, it was minus 2000 and we were to do it plus 2000. So we'll be posting plus 4000 entry. We'll be posting plus 4000 entry so as to nullify the effect. Are you clear with this? Are you able to understand what particular error was there, right? So these errors are going to disagreement of the trial balance for sure, right? Further, it's related to the compensating errors. Compensating errors. When one mistake is going to nullify the effect, wrong effect of the other mistake, it's a compensation. It's a compensating error, right? Like let's just go for this example. It says salary paid recorded as rupees 52,000. You paid salary of rupees 25,000, but it is recorded as rupees 52,000. So what was the correct journal entry? On this side, I'm going to write the correct, and on this side, I'm going to write the wrong journal entries. Okay. So salary paid is an expense. Salary paid is an expense. So it's a nominal account. So salary paid is a nominal account, and this would be related to cash account, which is a real account. So the correct entry would be that the salary account is to be debited by rupees 25,000 and cash account is to be credited with the same amount of rupees 25,000, right? But we did the wrong entry. And what entry was made? Both the accounts are involved, that the salary account and cash account, but the entry was made amounting rupees 52,000. Now your salary account and the cash account in books, those are debited by rupees 27,000 more, right? You have debited rupees 27,000 more in salary account and credited 27,000 rupees more in case of cash account. Further, the second entry, it says goods purchased rupees 30,000 recorded as rupees 3,000. You have purchased the goods rupees 30,000. Now goods purchase is what? It's a nominal account. Purchases account, we can say, is a nominal account, and this is an expense. So purchases account is to be credited. Credited with what amount? Rupees 30,000. 30,000 credit, right? And for the cash, in cash that has been purchased, so to purchases account and cash account is to be debited. It is to be debited with rupees 30,000. This should be the correct entry. This should be the correct entry. But what entry we posted? We posted like cash account is to be debited with rupees 3,000. Instead of 30,000, we recorded rupees 3,000. And to purchases account. To purchases account, rupees 3,000. Now in this scenario, what we did? We undercasted the balance in both of the accounts by rupees 27,000. So here we were having surplus. Here we were having surplus 27,000 overstated balances, and here we are having understated balance of 27,000. Now in total, if we do, these are going to compensate each other. These two errors are going to compensate with each other, and we won't be able to recognize these errors under the trial balance. Under the trial balance, we won't be able to recognize, because as per us, these the trial balance is going to agree, because one particular error is going to nullify the wrong effect of the other error here. It's going to nullify the effect of the other error here, right? So these are said to be what? These are said to be the compensating errors. These will be the compensating errors.